Sorry. Okay, so my computer just turned off. I don't know why. I think that was some error from Windows. Okay, so what I was saying is that, was that now let's now see how what we are not how what we are going to do, and let's draw some stuff for visual for the visual understanding as to what we are going to do. So let me pull out my whiteboard, the Microsoft one. This was the exact moment when the stream stopped. I don't know why they take so much time, and I also know that it's not some problem on my side. Let's just quit this. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, no problem. No problem. Um, now this one, we got paint. Okay, let's do our stuff over here. So, what is everything about? We are right now at 0. Let me put the dollar sign. We are right now over here, and where do we need to go? We need to go to $1. That is right over here. So we need to go from $0 to $1. Now, you may say, okay, it's just $1. You need to understand the depth behind or inside of going from 0 to 1. That's 100% progression. P-R-O-G. That's 100% progression. That is not something small. Okay? And I can write certain any amount over here, maybe 60, 70, 80, but that is not the motive behind this. It's all about going from 0 to 1, achieving that first step. That is the main goal. Now, how are we going to do this? There are tons of things. Obviously, we are going to go through the business route. We are not going to do or go for some job because we do not have any academic degrees, because we do not need them. So, of course, we have to go through the business route and other opportunities that lies on that side of the field. So, what I understand and what I feel like is that we should pick something that we are going to do 50 years from now, 60 years from now, or lifetime. That has to be something that we are going to do for generations to come. That at the present moment it's me, and then is going to be passed on to the next worthy leader, or the worthy someone worthy enough to take decisions for the corporation. So that is how, or that is what I intend to do, to build something that is going to last permanent, to build something on which I can rely 100% and to build something to which I can give my 100% to bring a revolution into something. We are not going to do some some temporary things, some shady temporary things to go from 0 to 1. Of course, that is 100% possible, but that is not what my objective is. Now, what is that thing? What is that thing that we are going to pick or choose? Now, let me give you a little introduction or just a little bit of history. I have been into this whole space from going from 0 to 1 since quite some time. Actually, it's now uh, it's now like 6-7 years, and still I have not become what I wanted to become. Actually, or the correct word will be we are still uh, midway. We are still we are still trying to gain that information, gain that experience, the things that are needed to become worthy of handling such kind of positions and success and money. So that is how I would like to see things. Now, and in this 6 years, I spent the first, I would say, 2 to 3 years in the tech field, in the tech field, and the next 3 years, that is starting from 2020, I shifted from tech to finance, and I just spent a lot of time focusing on finance as to how we can grow. What are the things that we can do? And let me tell you that finance is one of the most complex things. It's one of the most complex things. It really is the most complex things, because there is no way given for us to follow. We need to cut the bushes and make our own path, without knowing which bush leads us to, uh, you know, oh my God, what kind of example I'm giving? Now, anyways, I was trying to uh, say something exceptional, if that's the correct word, or something good. Anyways, so in the whole of finance, the best thing that we can opt for is investments. That is, buy something at 1, sell something at 2, and here you make $1. Now you'll say, oh, we reached the goal. No, that is not the goal. The goal is not to make $1. It's to move our life from the position I am right now to the position where I want to go. Okay? So the simple question is, can I go from where I am right now to where I want to go with this $1? No, we need a lot of money. At least we need this much. At least we need this much to go from here to here, and then all the way, and then still we will be left with all the other objectives. So this is the bare minimum. This is going to be the first one, the first biggest milestone that we are going to achieve. It's going to be this one. Anyways, I do not want to quote with exact specific numbers, but I hope you understand. So that's the basic idea. That's the basic idea behind. Oh no. Wait, okay. So what's that? The brush. Okay. So that was the basic idea behind investing. So this is the way that I choose. This is something we can surely look for long term. This is something we are going to do our lifetime. We can build several things such as an investment bank, startup investment, venture capitalist, or just an investment company. There's a lot of things we can do. Now, uh, that is something we have to figure out in the future. Right now, that doesn't matter. So this is something. Oh no. So this is the field that I choose to proceed with. And to say in ABC terms, what we are going to do is that we are going to buy things at 1 and we are going to sell things at 2 so that we can make a net difference of $1 profit. That is all we are going to do. Now, in order to buy things at 1 and to sell things at 2, the first thing that we do is to buy a specific product, maybe this square, maybe this box, for $1. And our current situation is that we do not have this $1 to buy anything so that we can sell it at $2 in the near future, because we are at net zero. We are right over here, we do not have anything. So the problem is that we do not have the initial capital to deploy so that we can buy things at 1 and to sell at 2. So the solution will be to get the capital, or to get the initial capital, so that we can deploy and buy things or start the operation. But we do not have that. So what is going to be the solution? The solution is going to be, now before going to the solution, let me tell you one more simple thing. Even if if you buy something at 1 and if you sell something at 2, that's a net 100% difference. That is extremely hard, and even if we manage to do this, it's going to be like maybe an year. It's going to take like an year to achieve a 100% growth. So what is going to happen most of the time, and we do not have that much time and the initial capital that will be required. So if we buy something at 1st of January for like $10,000 and sell something at 31st December for $20,000, that is going to be a net $10,000 profit, but we do not have that $10,000 or the initial capital, and we do not have the time to wait for such a long time, such a long moment. We don't have the time, so we need to figure out something else. So what is going to happen most of the times is that we're going to buy at 1 and we are going to sell it at 1.1 or at max 1.2 or 1.3. okay, so if we buy something at 1 and we sell something at 1.1, so the net difference is equals to 0.1, and even if you put a dollar, you're going to make 1 cent. That means we need more money. And who is going to give us this money? The broker is going to give us this money. That is what we call leverage. That is, suppose I'm going to put $100 of my own money, and we buy something at 1 and sell at 1.1. okay, and then 100. So that's going to 0.1. If that was just $1, so that will be 1, 2. That will going to be a dollar. We make $1. But if the broker gives us 10 times the leverage, that is going to be $10. If the broker gives us 100 times the leverage, that is going to be $100. So that is how we are going to get the capital. That is from what just happened? Now, even if you do this 100 times per day, sorry, per um, year, okay, not per year. Even if you do it like several times, still it's going to be too less of a money. You will say that, oh, we reached the $1,000 milestone, but that is going to take us a whole 365 days. We do not want that. So what we want is someone to give us money so that we can take their money. For example, there's a person named A. He gave us $10,000, okay, saying that you give us a return of 10% per annum. You give us a return of 10% per annum. I will say, okay, I'm going to give you a return of 10% per annum. That is going to be a fixed contract. That is going to be a static contract. And we made 20% an year. That is annually. Okay? That's small a. So, the 20% of 10,000 is equals to 2,000. 10% is equals to 1,000. So we are left with 1,000. We give this 1,000. We give this 1,000 to the lender or the initial investor, and we keep the remaining 1,000. That is how we are going to make this amount of money. And the only difference will be, instead of uh, having a task of bringing bringing 20% annually, we can do this as 10% a month. Okay, and the lender or the investor just asks for 10% an year. That is just going to be, actually that's going to be 0.9 or 0.8 or something like that in between. Let's just say he's asking for 12%, and so that will be 1% a month of growth. And if we now what we are going to do is that if we increase the risk and generate 10% a month, okay, if we generate 10% a month, now how are we going to do that? We are going to study about this in a lot of depth in the next video, where we are going to discuss about the basic infrastructure of investing or short-term investment. So we make 10%. The investor asks for 1%. We are left with 9%. So what's 9% of $10,000? That is going to be $900. So we are left with $900, and we paid out the investor the $100. Okay, that is the basic principle that we are going to use. And now you may ask, hey, where are the investors? Who are the investors who are going to trust us with their money? We do not have any track record of generating returns on investment. We do not have anything. You may ask that, but in this field, after years of research and after years of remaining blind to these crucial information, I have finally figured out what is the way, what are the ways. So I've figured everything out, and this is just a narration that I have already built inside my mind. Nothing of a discovery, nothing sort of discoveries, because I have now everything.
Not everything. There are certainly going to be a lot of things we need to study and figure out ourselves in the upcoming videos. Now, let me bring you this. What exactly is short-term trading? Now, short-term trading means we buy something at 1, we sell something at 1.1. Okay, we bought the time duration between buying and selling is going to be between 1 minute to 6 hours. The time duration of the time between buying and selling an asset or good is going to be between 1 minute and 6 hours. We need to close the deal, settle all the money between this time period. This is known as short-term investment. Okay? And it's very fun to do, but it's one of the toughest thing on the planet. That is what I have figured out or experienced. Now, fortunately, there are companies who lend us money so that if we if at the end of the day we bring or we bring a positive net result on the table, they reward us with real cash or real investment money. Actually, it's not real. Let me just, I'm just talking in the basic terms, basic terminology, so that we don't get confused, or you, whoever listens this in the future. So they lend us a, a demo account, and they say that prove that you can generate these results while also managing the risk, as as you be not losing beyond a certain amount per day or overall. We call that drawdown. Damn. Okay. Yep, so we call that drawdown. Okay. Back to the reality. Okay. So, we have got those companies that lend us money. Now, their criteria is that you need to deposit a certain amount. So, if you request for ten $10,000, if you request for 10 grand, they will say deposit maybe like $50, or it depends from companies to company. There are a lot of companies, so they tell us to deposit a certain amount, maybe from 50 to 100. It's generally between that range. And now they give us a demo account, and then they'll say that you cannot lose more than 10% of this capital, even though that's a demo account, and you have to generate 10% of net realized profit. And once we do that, they will say us to do this one more time, but only 5%, just to bring 5%. Oh, okay, this one, and this remains the constant. The rest remains constant, but the profit target decreases to just 5%. And once we bring this 5%, what they will do is that they will give you a so-called live account, a so-called live account. And now, whatever money you generate using this capital, you get to keep 90% of it. So if you make like $1,000, you are going to get 900. Okay, you're going to get 900. Now this 10k, this thing ranges from, they offer, the offer ranges from 10k all the way to $300,000. So if you make just 10%, that is going to be $30,000. That is going to be 30 grand, and 90% of this one, or 30, or 10% of 30,000 is going to be how much? That is going to be 3,000. So you're gonna get 27k in profit of withdrawals if you are able to reach those levels, because those are the pinnacle. And as easy as it sounds, is the toughest thing that I've known till now. So this was the basic introduction.
So this was the basic introduction
As to what we are going to do, and now in the next video, that is going to be the episode 2, we are going to discuss the infrastructure behind passing these accounts, what is going to be my plan, what are my theses and researches on the whole concept of short-term trading, and all the things that we are going to do in order to improve ourselves in this skill game, or the game of skill. And then we'll see what we have to do. For now, I have summarized the next episode, and let's see how